This is the world of company secretaries. On this channel, you can watch interviews with company secretaries across the world. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. Ma'am, so how did you manage with training? Because everyone tells about CS training. That is the basically the time after you pass the exam and before you start actually working. So how did you manage training and how were those days? Because you were married, you had a kid.
I completed all my exams, inter and final, and then I thought I will do because I could not do all parallelly with
Correct.
the family around. So I completed my all passed out in exams, and then I started. So one of my friend who was with Sidnem with me, she suggested she was doing training with Mr. Manoj Deshmukh. Now he is with the Panasonic group heading legal and secretarial. That time he was in practice. So I also wanted to do, and she told that it's a wonderful experience working with him. So when she was there, it was a 6 months course, and the day I joined, Mr. Manoj Deshmukh, that day only it started for 12 months training. So I don't know. I took it then also I took it very right spirit that maybe this is good for me. I will have a more hand-on experience. And during training, there was no cell phone, there was no map, no Ola, no Swiggy. And we were working in those days. I started in 94. Yes, 94. It was a word star in the computers and it was a dot metric printer. Even to take the print of one balance sheet, it used to take 20, 30 minutes also. And fax was used, no WhatsApp, no other kind of communication. Anything urgent used to come from client as a fax and we have to report immediately. And ROC was also manual filing, filling the form, filing. But we had luckily peons and everybody with the office. We never went to the ROC and stand in a queue, except on those typical October month when there is a last date. And per
Yes.
person, there was only 5 documents they used to take. And believe me, Alok, in those days, ROC used to take three balance sheet copies. We don't know what they are doing with three balance sheets. We was always wondering why they want three. And literally, they were throwing before, yeah, I mean, in front of us. And we thought, what? I don't know what are they going to do with this. And that kind of very demotivating atmosphere around. And prospectors also we filed. So a lot of good work during my training we did. I was fortunate that we handled public issue of Jain irrigation, Vadilal also there was something going on. Then we handled many things in for Mahindra Group. During my articleship, we used to go to their office, met Mr. Nanda, A.K. Nanda, and he also gave some kind of a motivating
Yes.
advice also. We drafted CLB petition during those days for the charge for change of object clause also you have to go to the company law board. It was not with the ROC.
Correct.
So those are all during my training period. We got a lot of different variety of work and drafting of agreement also we learned during our my training. I drafted. I remember still. I'll give you one anecdote there also. One day at 5 o'clock, Manoj Deshmukh sir came and he said, "You have to draft managing director's agreement." And I have never drafted. So I said, sir, any format or anything? He said, no, 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 find out your own. Now that time there was no Google how to find. So I went to a next door chartered accountant office and he said, there was a deeds and document, one volume was there. I requested, can I take this? And he said, okay, take it. And then I read and then I started at 5:30. I completed at 8:30. I thought sir wanted today itself. And my sir was in the meeting somewhere. He came back at 8:30 in the office and he saw me. He was surprised. What are you doing here? I said, you told to draft MD agreement. He said, I told you, but not to finish today only. And I finished the same day. I was late, but I was appreciated that you are very dedicated and sincere. And
Okay.